Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and it's Women's History Month, and I'm here today to talk to you about m3gan, the 2022 horror movie. So I finally decided to watch this movie because I realized something. I'm like, crap, my Amazon Prime is about to expire soon. I need to watch this movie. So I watched it. And then as soon as it expired, next thing you know, I get a recommendation. m3gan, the unrated version. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. And the underrated version is like has supposed to have like more violence and stuff. And I'm like, man, now I gotta wait until I get Amazon Prime again at some point in time in the year to watch the more like violent like version. Because as good as this movie is and intriguing as this movie is, it wasn't as violent as I hoped it would be, but it was still cool and everything. And so, yeah, this is about a evil doll. And who doesn't love like evil dolls that come to life and everything and just started like terrorizing people? You know, everything from the child play movies with Chucky to Slappy with Goosebumps to that of Lily D in The Haunting Hour and Annabelle from the Conjuring universe. People just love it when dolls come to life and they do bad stuff. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because, people play with dolls like all their lives and stuff like that as a kid, and they comfort people. They was your best friend, but hey, what if that best friend turned into like a psycho killer and everything? Unlike other killer doll movies, this one has nothing to do with the supernatural. It is all animatronics. It's all with that AI, which is why I'm saying people need to get away from AI. I'm sorry, but all these horror movies and TV shows and all this other stuff, is it predicting the future? Heck if I know, but I do not want to find out. And people really need to stop all this AI crap. Like, there was a supposed leaked picture from Superman Legacy, which is now just called Superman, of the corn sweat dude as Superman in the costume. Well, James Gunn already leaked the logo and everything from like the chest area of the costume with the symbol. And when you look at this AI created version, which James Gunn debunked and everything, yeah, I'm glad this is a fake costume because I do not like it. The chest piece is different from what James Gunn showed, and it has tights with this huge bold spot and like, a really tiny cape in the back and tights, red tights. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope James Gunn, whenever he does reveal the suit, I hope the guy is no red trunks. Like, please, no. No, 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 no. I'm tired of that. That's old fashioned. All right, let's get away from that. And he debunked it and said, yo, this is fake. And people determined, hey, this is AI. But at first, people thought it was convincing until James Gunn pointed out some interesting things with the two people taking the picture and stuff. And yeah, so AI really needs to stop, man. But when they redid the Child's Play movie, they decided to go away, from what I heard, went away from the supernatural and went more for the AI type thing. Was there a supernatural element in there? Heck if I know. I'm still unable to see that movie. And so, like, yeah, very rarely do they ever go the AI route when it comes to killer dolls. It's normally something more supernatural. But they went all electronic for this. And so, this movie was a Blumhouse movie, which they do pretty good work from what I've heard and stuff. And James Wan is a producer and like a like storyboard writer or something like that in this movie. And of course, he's from the Conjuring universe and the Saw movies. He does a lot of horror, but a lot of his horror movies just aren't that great. I would say this is less horror and more campy. It's more like dark comedy than anything else. But it's still good and everything. It's just I didn't really feel the horror-ish vibe with it. But like I can see why people do because this doll literally just went on a killing spree at the end of the movie and stuff. And like, but yeah, Blumhouse really do some pretty cool stuff. Now, Gerard Johnstone, I think his name is, I believe was the director, and Ukenya Cooper or Keela Cooper was the writer. And I looked her up, or I looked that person up, I should say. And I've seen their work before and other stuff. Some things good and some things not. Like the Nun 2 is not good, but the 100 is. And so, yeah, some hits and misses there, but that's cool and everything, because at least you got some hits here and there. And so, I have to give it up. Williams. Allison Williams is a really good actress. She's from Girl, she's from Get Out. She has that really realistic quality to her acting that I really enjoy. Like, she's come up a long way. And that's why I'm always glad to have real talent in like Hollywood as opposed to like a model who wants to start acting, or a singer, an athlete, some reality star, or somebody off the internet. But speaking of people off the internet, man, I gotta give it up to the voice actress of m3gan, because boy, she breathed life into that role. She had sass, she had pizzazz, she had professionalism in there and stuff. Her name is Jenna Davis and stuff. But man, boy, she did a good job voicing it. She made m3gan feel so real towards, like, just pretty much throughout the entire movie and stuff, which was really creepy. And stuff. I mean, boy, it was really creepy. And Annie, what is her last name? I forget her last name. But Annie, who played like the body version, the physical parts of m3gan, did a really good job too. Now, the whole m3gan thing is like, part of it is an actual real person with just a mask on their face, and there is an animatronic puppet doll and stuff that have more mouth movements and certain things that they couldn't do with the real person, like probably put them in danger and stuff like that, which I do appreciate a lot. She does walk too much like a human, and I would prefer her to walk a little bit more like a robot android type thing, but it's fine. I am still creeped out by that dance. And the reason why I'm creeped out is because of the simple fact, towards the end when she goes on her killing spree, and for whatever reason, she just starts like juking and jiving stuff, and then doing that little like somersault thing in the air, that cartwheel flip thing. One, her dancing was so random. That's not the part that creeped me out. But what creeped me out is that it was a sexy dance, and she was just nothing more but like a 12-year-old girl doing that. I'm like, nah, I don't want to see that. Like, get her a stunt double who's an adult to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, when watching this movie, I also gotta give it up to Violet, Mc- McCrae, I think her name is, or McGraw, that's it. Violet McCraw, like, boy, she had them mood swings in this movie, like, but she did such a good job. Like, she was so sad in the beginning because her parents died, and then all happy when she got the doll, and then we took that doll away. Boy, she had a fit. But one thing I noticed about this movie when I was watching it, that there was a woman named, last name Epps. I forget her first name. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, is she related to Mike Epps? Because, Epps is a very, not a very common name in Hollywood, and he's really the only person that has it. And, they both black. So I looked her up, and then I saw that she done some stuff in New Zealand. She was in Power Rangers Dino Fury playing a mom. I'm all like, that show films in New Zealand, even though it's an American show. And then because one thing that's fun about Amazon Prime is that you get to see, like, scroll up and see what other projects people have been in. And so I'm starting to like, these people been in a lot of New Zealand stuff. And then I saw this one actress, the camp counselor lady. She's from Dino Fury and Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. And I think she plays Jane on there. I'm like, okay, now I know this movie had to been filmed in New Zealand, which would explain the brightly colored building in the office building and stuff. It's just an unusual bright color, and that's New Zealand for you. Their buildings on the outside and the inside are brightly colored and multiple colors and stuff. So this movie was a combination where it was filmed in like LA, New Zealand, and I believe Canada and stuff. And why they just decided to film in New Zealand, probably cost, because like it's cheaper to film there, and like American Hollywood and television shows film there a lot. And so doing the whole animatronics type stuff, they had to cost a lot of money, so they had to save money somehow. And Canada isn't as cheap as it used to be and stuff. And I didn't even notice, like Kim Grossman, she was like, I guess they call her like the animatronic voice lip sync type person for when they did it in New Zealand. And of course, she's best known for Power Rangers Samurai as the first female Red Ranger and stuff. Well, to be on the actual team, I'll say. Because there was that one in SPD, but she was evil. And, she's done like a lot of comedy stuff since. I really love the range of emotion with the characters in this movie. Like, they'll start off one way and then they would develop another way. And it felt so gradual and natural and never felt forced. I also love how it's female led, because I've noticed something when it comes to killer dolls is that they're normally female led, whether the dolls are female or like a male and stuff. And very rarely in killer doll movies do you see like a guy being the protagonist and everything. This movie was so smart to emulate the realism of people in their smart devices. More so younger people than older, but older as well. Smart devices are on the rage, whether it's a phone or a tablet, and stuff. Like, people are really trying to get away from like computers and this and that. I mean, heck, does anybody even use a phone as an actual phone anymore? Like, all people do is text on it, look up stuff on the internet, face chat, and watch videos and TV shows and movies and stuff. You do see people still talk on them. But in Hollywood, they want to show people texting and other stuff more than talking. But in real life, you do see people talk more on it, especially more older people who are used to talking. But, and of course, when you see people driving their car, they always got this stupid phone in their hand, which I don't understand. Does it not have a speaker? Can you not Bluetooth it to your car and everything? But like, whatever, and like, when it comes to younger people and smart devices, and we've all seen this before, whether it's a relative or a kid our own or just a random stranger, you go somewhere and the kid has their face glued to like a tablet or like rarely a phone, but mostly a tablet. And, at home, you always hearing people, parents say, when it's dinner time or a certain time at night, they take the tablet away and the kid or teenager has a fit. And I mean a fit. Like, they become enraged, they become like depressed, they become angry and everything because they don't want their device taken away, because you're taking away their fun time, whether it's talking on the internet or like watching a television show or a movie. This is nothing new, to tell you the truth, because this has been done many, 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 many years ago when it came to just that of a regular landline phone. You remember how you always saw them older movies, 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Not so much 90s, but like the other decades I just named, where you have a family, there's a teenage girl, and she's on the phone, and they're like, "Dear, it's dinner time." Ugh. My lame parents want me to eat dinner. I just want to talk on the phone. You know how that is. Mom, I want my own phone line. Dad, like you remember that stuff from back in the day. It's basically the same thing, just a different device and more enragement and entitlement and stuff. Those smart devices is like a freedom for people. They get to explore the internet and everything. They get to watch TV all the time. Take that away, they're ready to literally rip your arm off and stuff. And I love that in the movie because Katie is giving a smart doll, and when Gemma realized that something's wrong with this doll and I need to run some tests or shut it down permanently or just tear it apart. Katie ain't having that. And Katie literally turns into a little demon child. It's almost like the girl is bipolar or something. Because, see, in this movie, Katie lost her parents in a car crash. We get to see the car crash. It's very, like, sad and everything. And she's forced to live with that of her aunt. Aunt who she probably barely knows because both those sisters are never close. And so it's a hard transition for her. She had these two loving parents, and then all of a sudden she's with this kind of stranger and she has to live in a different home. Not to mention, there are a bunch of toys lying around the house, but they're collectible items, and she's not allowed to play with them. And not only that, but her routine has completely changed. She's used to having a bedtime story read to her at night, which the aunt is not accustomed to. And they have a cranky neighbor who dogs already gets in the yard. And so, like, her aunt and the neighbor don't get along because, oh, first the dog's in the yard, or, oh, I don't want you spraying chemicals in your yard because they flush into my yard and everything. And so this is a big transition for her, and she's such a young person. And then when the social worker shows up to see if everything's cool and everything, like, this is when she allows her to play with her collectible items and open them when they're supposed to be in mint condition because she's just trying to make the girl happy and she wants to keep her. I hate the foster system. I say if your relative has a dead parent, they should go with that relative. It's as simple as that. They shouldn't go live with a stranger because you have to determine if the relative is safe to live with. Okay, I understand that because there are some relatives that are bad people. But there are other relatives and stuff. So anyways, and so like while being sad and depressed and everything like that, she's all like, she introduces her to Bruce, which is kind of like this animatronic like robot that can fight and everything, but you have to control it yourself. And she's all like, if I had Bruce as a friend, I'll always be happy or something like that. So this causes Gemma, who's very smart and creates stuff, electronic stuff. She creates m3gan. Now originally she tried to create her before, but there was something wrong with the programming. Every time they would try to put a facial expression on her like happy or sad, she would give them like a stank face and everything. So already off the bat, she was already some type of like possessed, like, animatronic like doll. They never explain why she had that glitch in her system, but she does. So she rebuilt her, made her new, and made her look more realistic. And so, like, in this AI, and she has the ability to adapt and experience emotion and all this other crap. And that's the worst part, when AI has the ability to adapt. That never goes right in movies. Never. It's kind of like X-Men and Master Mode. Master Mode was designed to get rid of all mutants, but Master Mode realized something. Humans are mutants. They're just a more like Homo superior instead of Homo sapien. And so Master Mode gets rid of the humans as well. And, he's just doing what the program says because he adapted and realized that. And so, like, this doll's gonna make them a lot of money, and the boss is happy because he loves himself some money. Shout out to the boss, who is hilarious. I forget his name. And so, like, everything's going well at first, like, she's just Katie's best friend and stuff. She sings to her, she reads her stories, she wants to learn more about her, which kind of freaks out Gemma. She doesn't understand why that m3gan is asking about her dead parents and how they became dead and all this other stuff. And so she basically just tells m3gan that, look, man, your goal is just to protect Katie. And m3gan does that. And but this is what causes her to do some bad stuff, because literally in her mind, I must protect her from anything and everything, both verbal and physical. So the first time this happened is with the dog. The dog like first bet m3gan and then tried to pull her through the gate, only for Katie to try to save her and get bit. So m3gan retaliated later on by luring the dog and killing it. But the thing is, the way she does it is so sinister. Like, she is a very sinister character. What brought on this sinister nature? That's the one thing that's never been explained. It could be the malfunction and the glitch in her earlier programming, from when she kept giving people the stank face. But why is she doing that? And then it was just like one person after another. Then it's the lady who is the next door neighbor. She killed her. Literally went in that woman's house and just murdered the crap out of her. Then it's like she's at this little camp type thing, and there's a boy who's a pain in the butt. And then he was trying to like hurt Katie. m3gan saw this, ripped the boy's ear off, and then I think she pushed him down like a little steep hill slope type thing where he got smashed by a car. And so the police are starting to realize there's a weird pattern going on. The same people are always in the same area as people are getting randomly killed. At some point in time, Gemma realizes that m3gan is being disobedient towards her and refuses to shut down and keeps turning herself back on. She's literally adapting from that of her program and has the ability to not turn herself off. No commander data in this. She is very much lore, and if you know Star Trek Next Generation. And so when it's time to present the doll in front of the people so they can make their millions, Gemma doesn't want to do that. She wants to shut her down and figure out what the world's going on as people are opposing her. Well, like I said before, when she tries to take m3gan away from Katie, this is when Katie has a complete tantrum. Her entire mood just changes and she becomes a spoiled little brat, even to the point of hitting that Gemma in the face hard. And so at some point in time, what's her name? m3gan just wants to be with Katie, but people are preventing that. This is causing her to go on a killing spree where she kills everybody in the office and does that weird dance and flip thing. And it's just like she just started killing left and right. And I'm just kind of like, oh, that's right, because she's supposed to protect Katie and she thinks Katie's in harm because she's not allowed to be with Katie. So this causes her to go home to have a big confrontation with that of Gemma. And Katie gets into the fight as well. For whatever reason, now Katie has calmed her butt down because she realizes that m3gan is going on a killing spree and trying to kill Gemma. And I do like how it's mostly Katie the one who is fighting the doll as opposed to Gemma, who's just getting her butt kicked and stuff. Because I always love it when that like protagonist that the doll is tended for is the one fighting like the evil doll type thing, And they kill it together. And they think they're done of her and rid of her for good until we get to see as the audience that she paired herself to kind of like her Alexa type program, or Zuri type thing, whatever they call it in the movie. And so this is going to lead to a sequel that's getting made now. And so m3gan 2.0 is, I don't know when it's coming out or what it's going to entail, but hopefully the whole cast that survived comes back. Now, sadly, there wasn't that many kills in the movie. It was just the dog, the neighbor, the boss, the boy, that's 4, and that's it. And there was 2 more that was left alive to be final people, which I mean, come on, just blow them up already. That explosion came so near their face. Just blow them up. But yeah, hopefully they will all return for like the sequel, and hopefully it will be more horror-ish. You know what I'm saying? More bloody and everything. Because this is kind of like a horror movie, if you will, and stuff. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. Bye.